think we ought to deal with the people at hand right now who need to get to their jobs. Light rail, yes, it's a great concept. Let's get after it, and then let's figure out where it's going to start, where it's going to end, and then get the funding. Kind of like the Cook River Bridge. We knew where it was going to start. We knew where it was going to end. It was going to cross the bridge, cross the river, 2 rivers.
Thank you. Ms. Johnson.
A light rail seems to be, I guess, the new talk of the town type thing right now. I don't think the funding is not there for that kind of transportation right now. We're talking about Carter shutting down. I mean, I don't have any idea where we would be able to find extra money if we can't even run the buses. As far as looking for another way to cut back on fuel, then I think, yes, that's a good idea, but where the money's going to come from right now, I think that's something for exploration when I get on council.
Mr. LeGree.
Yes, I absolutely support light rail. But it's like these two fine folks said, where the money's coming from, and just like we were saying with Renourishing Folly Beach and so many other projects, where is the money going to come from? None of us can afford a tax hike right now. We can ask the state and federal government to get involved, but we're paying those taxes too. It's a very serious problem on I-26 from Somerville to downtown every morning. I don't think light rail will be a valid thing for District 8 for the next few years, but I think it's something that could be a regional solution to our transportation problems that would help Somerville and Goose Creek and Hanahan residents get the jobs downtown. And I think in the long run, it's going to save the community a lot of money because everybody sits in traffic for 45 minutes to an hour going from Somerville to downtown. They can get on a light rail system and buzz downtown, they'll get there in a hurry. But it's no easy way to finance it, and it's not going to benefit District 8 right now. So I don't know that it's the biggest priority we need to worry about. I do think it would be a great project for the State Infrastructure Bank to take on. That's one of the ideas of the Infrastructure Bank is funding infrastructure, not just highways. But until the economy picks back up, I don't think there's really anything we can do about it.
I am an advocate for light rail, but I think like everybody else, it's a question of funding. When the county did a regional survey and asked people, what would you support with your long-range transportation goals? Number 1 on the list was some sort of mass transit, whether it be commuter or light rail, but some sort of mass transit. And when I attended a seminar probably 4 months ago that talked about planning all across the country. There were planners from everywhere, and they talked about the need of the live work on the I-26 corridor. Is 526 expensive? Yes, it is. But if we're looking at those funds, why can we not apply those funds to something that would help the people commute on the live-work corridor of I-26? But it's a change in the mindset, and it's going to take a long time, and I think a lot of convincing to change the mindset of people about taking commuter rail or public transportation if they're not used to it. But I don't think we need to say it's too expensive and walk away. If you look at the federal government's website on grants for funding projects, the majority of the new grants that are coming out now are for some sort of mass transit, not laying new asphalt. So we need to be creative, maybe look for the funds, but we need to address our long-term transportation goals.
This next question is for the District 9 candidates. Given that you both reside in the town of James Island and the animosity of the city of Charleston, how well can you work with city officials and departments? Mr. LeGree.
No.
I'm sorry.
I'll work with
I'm sorry. Well, I'd love to hear your answer. Mr. Quayle.
All right. Well, I was endorsed by 2 City Charleston council people. I get along fine with them. We don't have any animosity. Things have been functioning very well in town James Island for 4 years, over 4 years. I think that with Mayor Woolsey, things are certainly going to fall. a bit more. So I'm looking forward to that process. I'm looking forward to less contention, less animosity. Looking forward to putting funds back in government, our government, in other council meetings that were never really kid-friendly. I'd like to bring kids into it. I'd like to engage them in government early. I'd like to get them and plant the seeds of responsibility and responsible citizenship in children. And do that all the way across Charleston County. There's 17 municipalities that are in Charleston County, and we can do that in all of them. And that would help to engage the kids, that would help to get them responsible, and would also bring a sense of community in comfort and well-being. So I think that bringing programs like that, it's time to move on, and I don't think there's any animosity, at least not from my perspective.
Ms. Fabry.
I am also endorsed by a city council member as well, and have worked with several city council members on different projects with Islanders for Responsible Expansion. Kathleen Wilson is here tonight. She and I have worked together for some time. It's very important for me to have earned the trust and the respect of city council members. And with all due respect to my opponent, we've attended the same meetings. I don't think it's professional to stand up in front of a committee and call people on the Board of Zoning Appeals liars, or say that they're always against the town of James Island, because it's important to have a good relationship with these people and work together. We do coexist here. There is the town of James Island and the city of Charleston, and the residents are in one or the other. So it's very important, in order to get things done, that you have a positive working relationship both with the mayor of the town of James Island and the mayor of the city of Charleston and their respective councils. And I've demonstrated that, and I will continue to demonstrate that, rather than calling people traitors because they choose to annex into the city of Charleston.
Thank you. The next one is for all candidates, starting with Mr. Legree. Where do you stand on the 1 penny sales tax referendum that the Charleston County School District is trying to pass?
Well, I've given a lot of thought to that personally. I haven't heard a lot from the public about it because I don't think that many people are really that aware of it yet. It's like a referendum on consolidating government. A lot of people I've been talking to are not aware of that even yet. I do realize we need to raise money for our schools, but the time is not right for a tax increase during this economy. We can't afford it. None of us can. The big thing about it is it really doesn't do that much for District 8, and that's what the seat I'm running for is District 8. It gets a new school, Murray and Sane. It spends some money on athletic fields at St. John's High School, but it really doesn't spend that much money in District 8. It's spending money to do seismic repairs or rebuilding for some schools in other areas, but it's not really benefiting District 8. Personally, I'm probably going to vote against it, but I've been talking to people about it, and just not that many people know about it, so I really haven't heard from that many people what they think about it. Now, I'd like to hear from y'all what y'all think about it.
Ms. Fabry.
The county office that I'm seeking doesn't have anything to do with that 1 cent sales tax referendum. The Charleston County School Board operates independently from county council. So you would be asking my personal opinion about this. I would say I don't have children in public schools. And they say this is going to be a short-term tax. It'll be there for 6 years and then go away. That never seems to happen. So I think the jury's out on that.
Mr. Quayle.
Yeah, this is in the school district's realm. I don't think it's time for tax increases. I just don't think it is. I think we have enough problems as is, and to try to squeeze some more money out of the people who don't have enough money to pay their mortgages. just is there's piling on, there's piling on. You know, is all of this stuff necessary that's going to be spent by this money? I don't know that. I don't know whether the seismic stuff, I don't know whether rehabbing schools is going to help the students. That's for somebody, that's for the school board to determine. But I just think that fiscally and financially, that I'm not ready to sign on to that.
Ms. Johnson.
I agree that this is something that the school board needs to decide. And as far as our schools is concerned, you know, I believe in education, and I want the best for our children. I want them to be able to perform their best in schools that are going to help them accomplish that. And I don't know about doing the taxes right now, because here again, I mean, everybody is just crying